What is going on, guys? Apex Legends is a new free-to-play first-person shooter battle royale game mode for PC on Origins, Xbox, and PS4 by Respawn Entertainment. I've had a chance to give the game a tryout for a little bit, and my first impressions of this game, I'd have to say, it's not all too bad. So I thought I'd give you guys a brief introduction into this new battle royale game, so if you choose to download it and try it for yourself, I can help start you guys off in the right direction. So first, you're going to want to jump into the store for your platform. In my case, it's the Xbox store, and search Apex Legends. Again, it's free to download, and it's only a 25 gigabyte download for the Xbox. When it reaches about a third of the way done, you'll be able to jump in and try out the training mode before you're able to jump into the multiplayer, as it'll still take some time to finish up that full download until you can jump in and start playing the actual battle royale mode, which gives you a moment to go through the basic input tutorials of the game, everything from your movements to equipping the 2 weapons you can hold, and the basic mechanics of swapping through various supplies you can have, such as the different type of health and grenades, all the classic stuff you'd expect in a battle royale game. Currently, there are 8 of these characters that are called legends that carry these unique abilities, 3 of them to be exact, with each of them scaling up in their own unique way, making them more impactful on the playing field. Let me show you Bloodhound here, the character I've been grinding out the most right now. Its first ability is called Tracker. It says the foes leave behind clues for you to find. In this case, you'll see such things as footprints indicating to you the path enemy players were traveling, actually giving you the moment of time since the enemy player was at the location you are inspecting. This is a passive ability, so it's something that is always active and doesn't need to be recharged. Unlike the first ability being passive, the second falls under tactical, called the Eye of the All-Father. You're able to briefly reveal enemies and traps and clues through all the structures that are in front of you, so definitely already can get a little bit of a vibe of how the pace of Apex Legends wants to take place, bringing in certain abilities that will indicate where a camping enemy may be. This one does have a cooldown since it doesn't fall under the passive category, and for the Xbox you have to activate this by hitting the left bumper. And finally, the most powerful ability of your legend is called the Ultimate, and for the Bloodhound, described as the Beast of the Hunt. Transform into the Ultimate Hunter, enhances your senses, allowing you to see cold tracks and move faster. You hit both the left and right bumpers on Xbox to activate this beast of an ability, as they'll turn the playing field gray, outlining enemy players in red. This only lasts for 35 seconds though, so longer of an effect than our tactical Eye of the All-Father ability, but a much longer cooldown. Just remember that the abilities that require you to use both the left and right bumper is the more powerful ability than the other one that only requires you to use your left bumper. Again, this is if you're playing on the Xbox. We'll get into more into depth into these abilities in the future and see how they balance out each other between the legends that are available to play with. But like I was saying earlier, there are 8 of these legends that are available, but right now there's only 6 that are unlocked. For you to unlock the other 2, you'll have to have a certain amount of Apex coins or legendary tokens. The Apex coin is Apex legendary money that you can buy using real money. However, right now, since the game has just launched, the store is unavailable to buy these Apex coins. I, however, being an EA Access member, and since the publisher for Apex Legends is EA, I was gifted 8,000 of these Apex coins, so I was already able to unlock one of these characters. So getting more of that Rainbow Six vibe here, as you know, possibly being able to purchase these new characters that have a different way of playing on the actual playing field. Again, I've heard some people kind of say this kind of the Overwatch vibe to Battle Royale, or maybe the Rainbow Six vibe, as you again have these specific type of characters or legends that you could be using. And again, this is Respawn's unique take on the battle royale genre. There's a bunch more stuff that Respawn Entertainment is introducing to the battle royale genre with Apex Legends, but before I get into that, let me continue more with the currency and what you'll need to do if you aren't gifted that EA Access 1,000 Apex coins and you don't have EA Access at all and you want to unlock maybe those other legend characters that are there. You can still unlock them by earning the legend tokens, which you can get by grinding out and doing well and completing various aspects on the playing field. So those will earn you more XP, such as ranking in the top 3, or the amount of time you've survived, or even the amount of kills you get. There's also some really interesting stuff, like you'll earn more XP by killing the champion, which from my understanding is the highest ranked player from everyone's previous match. So you can even earn more XP by having players in your squad before you spawn into the actual playing field. So there's all these different aspects that you can do to get these legendary tokens. You can also unlock, by ranking up, these Apex packs that carry the third form of currency next to the Apex coins and legendary tokens. You'll find crafting materials there that you can use to collect, and once you reach a certain number, you can unlock different cosmetic items with, which is something that is definitely not lacking in this game, as it is a free-to-play game and there is no pay-to-win system. So the only way EA and Respawn Entertainment plan on monetizing this game is through this cosmetic way. So you'll see a various of these cosmetic items with weapons that are all color-coded, the white being the least valuable, requiring less of these crafting materials, then the blue color coded, and the purple, and then the most valuable of them all, the gold color. You'll see this type of color coded scheme on the battlefield as well. So it's pretty clear to give you an indicator of which ones are the more valuable ones and which one are the least valuable ones when you're scavenging items on the ground. You'll find more of these customization options for your legend character, where you can not only find different skins to equip, but items that change how your character poses, to things your legend can say, to even the different finishes that are there, which is pretty cool to begin with. In a unique way, Apex Legends has taken the approach to ending the down players that you take down on the battlefield. So typical battle royale style, if you shot someone in squad mode, they would be down crawling on the ground, and there's only a certain amount of time before they can be revived. But in this case, if you catch them when they're down, you can go up to that character and you'll see the input that will show up for your platform. Since I'm on Xbox again, it was the X button, and then you get a chance to enjoy this momentary cutscene that your finished animation brings. Right now, if you jump into a game mode, you just go over to Play Apex tab, where you see the training section I was at in the early part of my video. Then you go to the Play Apex section that gets you into the multiplayer, which leads me to the only thing right now I'm not liking about Apex Legends, and that is the only playlist available is a squad game mode of only 3 players for your squad, with 20 squads max per round. So that's a total of 60 players on the actual playing field, with no way to go play singles unless you want to go ditch your squad in game. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anything yet from Respawn about introducing a single player mode yet, but just by the looks of how your Legends ability play a role in multiplayer, it's pretty clear it's intended to be a squad type of game. And I'm not sure how much that weighs into if they can incorporate a single player mode or not. So hopefully we'll be able to see sooner than later if they can actually introduce a single player mode, because I do think that's very important to have in a battle royale game. So hopefully that option does arise, and hopefully there's enough feedback from the community that they can make something happen there. But again, that's the only part really right now that's standing out the most for me, that I'm not really enjoying about Apex Legends. But getting back to the actual gameplay, right before you load into the multiplayer, you are randomly selected with 2 other squad members if you aren't already in a squad of 3. And then the game randomly selects who's going to pick first for which legend they want to be, as you can't be 2 of the same legend. So you can't have a full squad of the Bloodhound character that I was using. Also, when you drop in, it randomly chooses one of the squad members to guide the other 2 squad members to a desired drop location. You do have the input to separate yourself from your squad member who's guiding you and your other teammate if you choose. So you'll see the indicator pop up on the screen if you feel your teammate is leading you somewhere you think might not be the best place to go. Dropping in is the only time you can use free look, as this is thankfully a first-person shooter, and the only third-person aspect to this is again dropping in. You get a good bird's eye view of the map, which just by looking at it seems a bit smaller than Fortnite, just by judging again by my eye and playing a bit of it so far, which if that's the case isn't all too bad since it is a bit of a lower 60 player count. You'll see a specific color contrail coming from you and your squad members as you speed down towards the ground. The scenery is very arcade-like, similar to like a Fortnite, so less like a PUBG type of view and environment. Since Respawn Entertainment is the studio that brought us Titanfall, Apex Legends takes place after the events of Titanfall 2 in a different location called the Outlands, bringing the lore of Titanfall and setting the mood to this new Battle Royale game. You can check out when dropping in at the very edge of the map, these crazy behemoths in the background. It's a really cool vibe that it brings, and there's a lot of these interesting Titanfall-ish like backdrops that Respawn is expanding on to their very ever-growing universe that they're introducing to us. You experience the same scavenger-like vibe every Battle Royale gives you when you land on the ground, but something I'm loving already is this new smart ping system, where you can communicate to your teammates where weapons are at, where the enemies are located, and other of these ping indicators that show up on the playing field. I found myself just running around at times and pointing out the various gear for my teammates that would end up highlighting for them right there on the screen for them to easily locate and find. You'll see more of the Battle Royale classic body armor and helmets you can pick up, with more of that color-coded system that you saw in the buying cosmetics section, with gold colored armor being the best, then purple, blue, and finally the worst being the white colored, which is still better than having no armor at all. We have familiar items such as shields that increase with durability by the level armor you have equipped. But then we have shields you can deploy when you're struck down and you're trying to crawl and get revived, and trying to avoid yourself from getting shot from the player from that further range distances who can easily take you out by doing that. You even can pick up chips that are on your down teammate that did end up getting picked off from an enemy player before he could get revived, and then you can take that chip and bring it to these green respawn locations, effectively bringing your teammate back into the game. Your teammate won't have any of their loot with them anymore, but nevertheless a very Respawn approach into a Battle Royale genre. And of course we have the various weapons to find on the playing field that will come across familiar if you played Titanfall itself. So you'll find more of the white, blue, purple, and gold colors for the various gadgets you equip on your gun. And there you go, a pretty basic introduction for you guys to start off with. There are no Titans, which may be, for those who enjoy Titanfall, might be a bit of a disappointment. So who knows what could lie in store for the future. That could be a very interesting aspect if balanced correctly. So could be interesting to see if that comes out in the future. There is none of that jumping around or running alongside the walls, something that you saw in Titanfall series and was used a lot in some of the COD titles. So none of that stuff, but a bunch of sliding around is definitely there. So again, in my opinion, some pretty cool stuff. I could go on and on with a lot of other items that are there, but for the most part, that is a good brief introduction to get you guys started with. Feel free to let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below, but that is it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later.